How are we? Welcome back to Circle Time. Feeling a little bit musical this morning. I just had a hard-boiled egg, so I'm obviously like ready to fucking go. You know? Hard-boiled eggs actually really freak me out. Well, no, I actually love hard-boiled eggs so much, but I always get just a little bit nervous right before I bite into one. You know? You just never know what's going to happen. You know what's so freaky to me? What if you accidentally bite into a hard-boiled egg, okay, and it's one of those freak egg accidents that like actually is like a fetus? Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those where it's like someone like cracks an egg and like it's like an embryo? Oh my God, I'm going to throw up just thinking about it. But like, what if you accidentally hang on, I actually almost just threw up. What if you accidentally hard-boil one of those? Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop talking about that. Because, like, saying that out loud makes me want to die. But that's what I think about every time before I that's why I usually cut them before I bite into it. Okay, that's enough about that. That is not what this episode is about. This episode is actually extremely exciting and fun to do. There's really nothing like gossiping with your friends. Now, I don't mean the toxic kind of gossiping. I feel like some gossip is like not fun. But when your friend calls you and is like, "Oh my God, I have a story. You're going to die." And then you just like curl up in your bed and you have your friend on the phone, or you have your friend like next to you in bed, or even like sometimes, you know, like I'm like gossiping with Cody or whatever it is. But like, you know, it's just like, oh my God, I have to tell you the craziest thing. Like it's just the best. Like, you know, that TikTok trend before that was like, tell me something I don't know. And like, it's like, you can't hear what the person's saying, but like you see them say something and then the other person like reacts. Like that is my favorite thing. Like, that feeling, you know, when you're just like, oh, tell me the tea. Anyway, sorry, I just got like super riled up about that, but it really is like, it's just fun. It's fun. As long as it's not like actually hurting anyone, it's fun. Anyway, it's just like fun. And I also, you guys know Kat Wellington, she was on an episode of Circle Time. She is a friend of the circle. Love her very much. Every Thursday, she does Drama Thursdays on her Instagram and has people like write in what drama is going on in their life right now. And it really is so entertaining and like just the best. So this kind of inspired that. And just the fact that like I've been watching a lot of reality TV and, you know, they just like all they're doing is sitting around and gossiping. And it's just, I feel inspired. I really do. So that's why we're doing this. If you don't follow Kat, go follow her and look out for that on Thursdays because it really is so entertaining. But yeah, I wanted to hear some tea from the circlers. Like I just feel like there's just some stories that are just so good. And, you know, I just like want to know. And it's also kind of fun to talk about it with people who like aren't like close to the situation. Like I don't know the people that you're all talking about. So like, it's good to get it off your chest, but like, I won't tell anyone, well, besides like the people who are listening to this podcast, but like, it's not going to go further because like, this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Okay. This is this time to spill your secrets. It's good to get things off your chest, and you can do it anonymously or just tell me like the drama, tell me what's going on. Give me the tea. Like I want to be in all of your friend groups, you know? So like, I want the tea. I want to know what's happening before I enter them so that I can like really be on it when we're all hanging out eventually. Now, I've talked about Emma on here before as she helps me with Circle Time. She said to share some of my own tea, like something from back in the day. I can't think of anything from college that I can share personally, but Emma has some cards. And she's going to ask me a couple questions, and we're going to see if I can like bring something from the depths of my memory out.
Who was the last person you stalked on Instagram?
Oh my God, really good question. I'll tell you right now. Maybe. Let's see. The last person I stalked on Instagram. It was. Do you know who Kat Stickler is? It was her. We don't know each other, but I was just curious. I've always liked her videos every time they come up on my For You page, and then people are talking about her new like boyfriend and stuff, and so I was curious. So I went to her Instagram to look.
What is something that nobody else in the circle knows about you?
When I was a kid, I used to say that my deepest, darkest secret was the fact that I had a mole on my butt. It was more of like a beauty mark, which is just a nice way to say mole. And so like I was like used to be so embarrassed about that. But then actually when I was in high school, I went to the dermatologist and he did like a little graft of it and it had to be cut out because it was like pre-cancerous. So it wasn't cancerous or anything, but it was like had weird signs. So they were like, we need to cut that out. So now I have stitches on one of my butt cheeks. That's a secret that no one here knows. And it's so crazy because I used to be like when I was a kid, I was like, no one can ever see this mole. Like this is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened. And now here I am talking about it on my public podcast, but it's true. I had to get like 5 stitches in my butt. Now I have a little scar. That's why you'll never see me prancing around in a thong bikini, okay? Because that is just for my eyes only.
I was going to ask what's the most embarrassing thing you've gone to the doctor for. But
Probably that.
Okay, last one. What was your first screen name?
My first screen name was Curly Q9242. It was, and I was really proud of that. I really wanted it to be Curly Q222, but that was taken. So Curly Q9242 was it. That was my only one ever. So, yeah, that was a good question. Wow, that was fun. We could do a couple of those every time. I kind of like that. Okay, now that I've exposed myself, now it's time to expose you guys. Let's get into some voicemails. Let's get into some tea. Remember, if you want to leave a voicemail, the link for doing that is in the description of this video. However, not video, episode. However you're listening to it or watching it, feel free to leave me a voicemail. I love hearing your voices. I really do. It makes me cry pretty much every single time because you guys are the best. Here we go. Let's sip on our tea. I actually almost brought a yerba mate in here. And I didn't even think that would have been perfect for tea time. Get your teas out, girl. We're sipping. I mean, girls. Sorry, I just said girl. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, let's just get into it.
I'm sitting at work right now, and I just figured it's the best time to tell you all about the tea that I have in my life. So I got a random text one day from a old friend back in like elementary school and middle school and high school, and he randomly texted me, "I'm gonna need you to say no." That's it. No context, no answer when I answered back. 3 days later, his sister DM'd me on Instagram and said, "You're a homewrecker. Go die in a hole, you whore." Whatever. And I'm like, huh? And to this day, it's been about a few months, they all blocked me, both his sister and him and his girlfriend. Still don't know what happened. Still don't know why. I tried reaching out and texting him, and he blocked me on there too. And I'm just like, what is going on? I'm so curious to know what happened because nothing has ever happened with this guy. Like, we've never been sexual. We've never been in a relationship. We've just been friends since like kindergarten. Have not spoken to him in months and months and months. And all of a sudden this happened. And I'm just like, what? So do you have any ideas what it could be? Because other than, not even seeing him or speaking to him, I'm like, I don't know what could be wrong. All right, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Okay, that is so bizarre. Like, what the hell? I'm going to need you to say no What does that mean? Is everyone okay? Like, also, why is the sister so involved? Like, why does the sister care that much? No offense, but like, that's weird. I think, unfortunately, what happened here is that this guy was doing something wrong and he couldn't pawn it off on the person who it actually was that he was doing something wrong with. So he like just found like a random person and that was you. I actually have just no idea. Have you ever made like a fake Instagram and stalked them on that? I'm just like curious what they're up to. Does anyone do you have any mutual friends that could talk to him about this? Like, what is going on? That's crazy. I have no clue. I'm so sorry, but I think you're better off maybe being blocked, and that's really weird. Okay, that was good, T. That was a good one. Sorry, I'm like no help, but it's still interesting. And if any of these have any like new developments, you have to call back and put new development in like the name title or something so we can hear what's going on, because I'm just so curious. This ad is sponsored by ByHeart. ByHeart is an infant nutrition company built from the ground up to deliver innovation on behalf of babies and parents. Their mission is simple, and it is one that I love: make the best formula in the world. This year, my friends at ByHeart, the only American-made formula with globally sourced ingredients to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, never skim, are celebrating the ways in which they never skim on anything, especially your babies. ByHeart never skims on healthy fats using only organic grass-fed whole milk, and whole milk is full of healthy fats like naturally occurring MFGM, which play an important role in babies' brain development and growth. ByHeart never skims on their standards. Their formula is made with certified clean ingredients, plus it has no soy, no corn syrup, no GMOs, or palm oil. All things that are very important that we love very, very much. If you're curious about ByHeart, redeem your welcome offer at byheart.com/podcast with code CircleTime20 for a limited time. Additional terms and conditions apply. This episode of Circle Time is sponsored by Squarespace. Okay, my sweet angel circlers, I know you are all out there in the world doing big things, and I am just so proud of you, and you should all really just be proud of yourselves. You know, it makes me so happy to know that there are so many amazing people in the circle just crushing it in their careers and their personal lives, and I'm really just so lucky to have you all. But I know that a lot of you are also at a crossroads in your life where you're not really sure what to do next. I get voicemails about it, and trust me, it happens to us all. I'll get questions about how to get started with the business or like posting content or really just anything about how to put a goal or dream into action, and I completely understand. I want you all to know that the fear you have of putting yourself out there is completely normal, but I have a solution to help make things a little bit easier. Squarespace. I actually am really bad at like technological things because it's confusing and overwhelming, and just I don't really know what to do, and I don't do well with it. But Squarespace is so simple. Truly, if I can use it, I know you all can too. Whether you want to start a business, sell a product, start a podcast, whatever it is, Squarespace is an incredible tool to help you get your idea out there into the world. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your own terms. My personal favorite features are the video collection, the asset library, and the custom merch. The video collection helps me easily upload my video content. The asset library allows me to organize and access all my content from one place, so it's super convenient. And the custom merch feature allows me to sell my merch to my beautiful audience. So just head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/circletime to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com for a free trial, and squarespace.com/circletime for 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. Now let's get back to the episode.
Hey, Kelsey. So this girl wanted to talk to me, right? And she's best friends with my best friend. So my best friend told me, and basically we started like snapping each other. And I wanted to show my other friend what she looked like, because I was like, oh my God, I finally have a love interest. So I go onto her Instagram and I take 2 screenshots of her photos, and I don't send them to my friend. I send them to her. So, like, what should I do to, like, make myself feel less embarrassed about this? And, like, would you think this was an ick if it happened to you? Thanks.
Oh no, the classic mix-up. That is an absolute classic. Like when that happens, it's just like I've done it. Not like that, but like I've definitely done similar things. Everyone has. I don't know that it would be an ick. I feel like you could like, first of all, when did this happen? / what did you say? What did she say? Like, what was the fallout from this? First off, but like, I feel like had that have happened to me, someone accidentally sent my pictures to me, but they recovered by being like, I just wanted to show my friend how pretty you were. I would be like, send them the pictures. You know what I mean? Like that's like not the worst thing that could happen. At least you weren't like, I'm not really into this girl. She's kind of lame. And you sent that to her. Like that would have been worse. Like you could joke about that. Like you could be like, sorry, I wanted to show my friend how pretty you were. And I realized that that's so embarrassing. And hopefully you still want to hang out. Like, I feel like you could really save yourself from that. I am so scared of doing that, though. Like, the amount of times I've screenshotted something that someone's posted and accidentally almost sent it to them. One time in high school, I was on the receiving end of something like this, where I won Best Dancer in high school. Now, I don't think I necessarily deserved Best Dancer. I was just like on the cheer team and I would dance, and I feel like that's why people knew me as someone who danced, but like I don't think I was the best dancer. I think there was a girl on the cheer team who was a better dancer than me. And I think she wanted Best Dancer. I said to her, I was like, you should have gotten Best Dancer. And then she texted me after and said, Kelsey just came up to me and said, maybe this is my tea. This is the lamest tea. She texted me and said, Kelsey just came up to me and said, I should have gotten Best Dancer. LOL. And I kind of was like, yeah, I mean, I wasn't lying. Like, I didn't pay people to vote that for me. Like, that just happened, and I shouldn't have gotten it. Like, I was just telling her that. Like, and so I saw the text, and I was like, whatever. And then she texted again, and was like, she's so sweet. She said, so sweet, love her. And I remember reading it and being like, okay, she did not mean to send that to me. But whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. Because I don't know. It's not like I went up to her and I was like, haha. Oh my God, why am I getting so into this story? I don't know. But like that, it's happened and it's fine. Like I feel like when you're on the receiving end of things, like it's really not as bad as you think. So I'm sure she doesn't care. Like you were just sending pictures of her and you were basically bragging about her and she caught you. So just like make a charming little joke about it and hopefully it won't be weird.
Hi, Kelsey. I just recorded one. I don't know if it went through, so I'm just going to do it again. But basically I have an issue. Oh, by the way, love you. Love the pod so much. Obsessed with you.
Love you.
But I have an issue. So I basically fell in love with this man through Instagram. Haven't met him yet. You know, classic. And took things a little far and told him that I knew Spanish because his whole family is Spanish and I wanted to impress him. I am fully fluent over Instagram. I've been using Google Translator and I'm kind of just getting a little nervous because he's going to come to my city soon and we're going to hang out because he doesn't even live that far. He lives like 2 hours away. And he's moving back here anyways. He's from here. So we're going to hang out and he's probably going to test that in person. And I'm not really sure what to do. Do I just start learning, get on top of it now while I can? Although, you know, I said I am fully fluent on Instagram, so I don't know how that's going to go. Or do I tell him the truth? But then, you know, I'm going to look a little cray-cray. I think I've taken it too far at this point. So yeah, just wanted some advice, you know. What would you do in this situation? Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, I'm dying at the delivery. Oh my God. Like, what? Okay. I'm so stressed out for you. Truly. Like, I do not know what I would do. Maybe you could say, like, I'm good at writing it. I just can't, I'm like not good at speaking it. Or you could just be like, I'm nervous. I'm so shy. I'm shy. I just don't want to say it. I just would rather speak English. I don't know what you're going to do. Okay. Okay. How often are you talking in Spanish to him in the DMs? Like, is it like every once in a while, or are you guys having like full conversations in Spanish? Because like if you're mainly talking in English, like hopefully like you won't have to cross that bridge. When when you see him, like maybe he could show up, you could talk in English, and eventually he could be like, oh my God, I love you. You're so funny. You're so charming. And you can speak Spanish, and you'll be like, well, if you're already in love with me, I have something to tell you. Like you can maybe drop the bomb later, or you have to fully learn Spanish. Like you have to get on Duolingo and like really start doing some Spanish, because I'm stressed out for you. I don't know what to have you do, but you have to tell us what happens when you meet up with him. Like you have to give us an update, please. I do want to say be honest, but he might be like, what the hell? Like, I feel like you have to meet him first. You have to charm him in person so that he's already in love with you when you break the news that you don't actually know Spanish. You were just trying to impress him. And then he'll be like, oh, that's so cute and charming. She wanted to impress me that bad. But I feel like you have to tell him the truth, but you can't. But you also can't. So I don't really know what to say. Oh my God, that one stresses me out. Good luck. Please update us. Please. Por favor. Update us, if you will. Okay. Maybe I can help you learn a little Spanish. Anyway, here we go. Anonymous. Let's see what you have to say.
Hi, Kelsey. So I'm going to make this as simple as I possibly can. I have 2 guy friends that were my friends back in my hometown, but then I moved out of state with my boyfriend. I don't really talk to them anymore, but we'll call them friend A and friend B. And so it's been like 2 years, and I barely talk to friend A and B, but I still consider them good friends. But then friend A comes to me and says friend B is telling people in my hometown that we have done things that are not what platonic friends would ever do. Things that I've never done with them, never wanted or thought about doing with them. So I think they are clout chasing. I think they're unethically clout chasing and making up lies. So I obviously told my boyfriend, and he is pissed, and he wants me to confront friend B, but friend A did me a favor by letting me know so I can block friend B and get that toxic person out of my life. And friend A begged me not to tell friend B that I heard it from them because it would ruin their friendship. And if they want to be friends, that's their business. I don't want to be friends with friend B anymore. But my boyfriend wants me to confront him. So what do you think?
Wow. Okay, first of all, fuck friend B. Not a good guy. That's messed up. I'm really sorry that he's doing that and saying that. You know the truth. Friend A was looking out for you by telling you. I do think friend A asked you not to say anything, so I feel like it would just make the situation messier, perhaps, if you do confront friend B. You could say, like, I heard you were saying this, but like he's gonna be like, how did you hear that? And if like the only possible option would be friend A, like you cannot really throw friend A under the bus. You know what I mean? Because he did, like, I don't know. I just feel like that would just make things even messier. Blocking is good. If, like, yes, block them, ignore them, do not associate with them anymore. And if they eventually ask you, just be like, it got around to me that you were saying this thing and I didn't think that was cool, and so I didn't want to be friends with you anymore. But I feel like confronting him, like, do you want to confront him? Because in that whole thing, you were just saying that your boyfriend wants you to confront him, but really this is your business. And if you are fine with just blocking him and like removing him from your life, just do that. And then eventually if he asks like why you've blocked him, why you don't want to hang out with him, then you can tell him. I just feel like it's really messy because the other friend is involved also. And it just could make for more and more mess. Plus, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is your situation, so you have to do what you're comfortable with doing. If you don't want to confront him, then just remove him and move on. I don't think you have to confront him if you don't want to. And your boyfriend should understand that, because, like, I understand that you're, like, it's frustrating, but, like, it's your business that this guy is making up. Like, if, like, you handle that how you want to, because it only has to do with you. I know it's, like, frustrating for your boyfriend and whatnot, but, like, it's really just about you. So, like, if you're fine with just blocking him, then just do that. You don't need to, like, start a whole thing. You just move on, move him out of your life, and at least you can still keep your friendship with friend A. That's what I would do. That's so annoying, though. I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that. That is, like, the worst. So I'm sure many of you will agree with me that being an adult is not easy. It's hard, okay? It really just simply is. And one of the hardest parts, I personally think, of being an adult is booking all of my own doctor's appointments. And, like, when I had to make that switch and I had to start doing that myself, it was not easy. And now I not only have to do them for myself, but also for my sweet angel baby Otis. And actually, I have always felt like a little lost trying to find the right doctor. Like, when I became an adult and I had to find my own doctor and stuff, moved out of my parents' house and had to find my own doctor, it was overwhelming. I would get so overwhelmed by the process that I would just, like, search my symptoms up online, which we know is never a good option, and it leads to a lot of spiraling. But then I got introduced to ZocDoc, and it makes this part of being an adult so much easier. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your need, and click to instantly book an appointment. So we are talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients. You can also see their actual appointment openings, choose a time that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. ZocDoc is truly just the best, and I love how easy it is to use for both myself and Otis. It really has saved me so much time and headache, and I just know that you would all love it just as much as I do. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/circletime to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/circletime, ZocDoc.com/circletime.
Hi, Kelsey. I have a situation that I want your advice on. So my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years, and his mom still hangs out with his ex-girlfriend and her mom. And they are all on vacation right now. And that's just really, really strange to me. And I'm really struggling with accepting the fact that she still hangs out with his ex-girlfriend and they're on vacation together right now, and they do stuff together all the time. They, like, go to dinner and go to lunch, and it just really feels like she is, like, taking my place, and, like, I'll never be her to her. I don't know. And not only that, when me and my boyfriend first got together, the ex-girlfriend and her mom spread a bunch of rumors about me and my boyfriend, saying that we cheated on her, which is 100% not true. And his mom, my boyfriend's mom, did nothing to address what she and her mom were saying, and just let it go and did not stand up for us at all. So I just wanted your advice on how I can cope with this and just accept it. Anyways, I love you. Bye.
Okay, what the hell? What the hell? I don't know what to say. Listen. There are certain situations where I feel like this would have to be the case. Like, and I don't know, maybe this is what's going on, but, like, if your boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend met because their parents were friends, or if they are family friends, or whatever it is, if they knew each other like through a connection that was like familial. Is that the word? Familial? Like if they met through, if they had a, if your boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend met through their parents or they were friends or whatever it was, if they met that way, that's hard to, like, you can't really break that up. If your boyfriend's mom met this girl through your boyfriend and she's like friends with her and her mom now, that's kind of odd. I feel like that's one of those things though where like the mom could be like, don't tell me who I can and can't be friends with and all of those things, because you know, like, she's mom and whatever. But like, I feel like, how much of this have you talked to your boyfriend about? I'm curious, like, what his relationship is with his mom and, like, what he could say. Because, like, if he could talk to his mom and be like, don't hang out. Like, you can hang out with her mom even, but not her. But then it gets tricky because they spread that rumor. And it's like, why did they do that? And that's just kind of bizarre. And, like, why are moms getting so involved? Like, that is kind of strange. If you and your boyfriend are doing well and you're in a strong, healthy, happy relationship, like, that is what you can focus on. Because like all of this noise around you like is trying to affect your relationship almost. It almost seems like at least the ex and her mom are. And so I feel like you guys have to like have that strong, like, don't let it get to you. Don't let it like intrude on your relationship, because that's really all that matters. Like, of course, like his mom and your relationship with his mom is important, but like, and you can still have a relationship with her, but like the less you let them bother you, like they can't do anything. Like if it continues to bother you, like they can keep kind of poking and prodding, but like if you don't care because you and your boyfriend are happy and in love and like whatever, they're weird for hanging out, like that's on them. So I would just take like the we're happy and in love route, and they can keep acting however they want. But like you have they're clearly freaking out about this boy, and I don't know, but like you guys are happy and you're in a loving, healthy relationship. Like just keep focusing on that. And you can have your own type of relationship with his mom. That's not like, you don't have to be best friends vacationing with her, but like you guys can be cordial and get along just fine. And you can just ignore the fact that they're doing this, because like if they're not getting attention from you, then they're not gonna, like, you know, like if you give them attention, they're gonna keep going. If you don't, then they're gonna be like, what are we even doing, you know? That's hard though. That is really hard. I can't imagine. So I'm sorry, but at least you and your boyfriend are happy. That's like that's the most important thing. You're not dating his mom and you're not dating his ex or her mom. So yeah. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Kels. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family is well.
Oh my God. I'm so confused. Like, I'm like, does this person know my family? It's been a while. Love it. It has been a while. Miss you.
And everyone. I don't have tea per se, but my favorite teas right now are mint and ginger. Love you. Bye.
Kate, you dog. You got me on that one. My favorite teas right now are passion tea, the Tazo one. That one's good. That's not even my favorite right now. I haven't had that in genuinely years. Like, or maybe like a year. Well, I like that your favorite teas are mint and ginger. That's such like a nice life to live. No tea, just drinking actual tea and relaxing. So I'm kind of jealous. Keep it up. That's the life I want to lead. Just sipping tea, listening to other people gossip, obviously. Okay, so that was all the tea that we have. I really appreciate you guys calling in and sharing these stories with me. Please don't hesitate to keep going. We go through these voicemails all the time, so like I'm always listening. I'm always ready for some tea. So feel free, always. And if I did listen to your message and you want to provide an update on your situation, please do so, because I'm very curious, especially about the Spanish speaking girl. So please. Now we have a little bit of time, so we're going to do some journal questions, and Emma is going to read them to me so we can get into that. But thank you guys again for calling, and I love to hear your voices. And now, Emma, I'm ready for you. I'm kind of scared. You look like you have like a little devious smile on. Okay. Here we go.
Have you ever lied to a teacher?
Well, little loophole for you. My mom was my teacher in 8th grade. And I've never lied to you a single day in my life, Mom. I swear to gosh. I'm just kidding. Maybe I've told a couple lies in my day. But let's, moms aside, have I ever lied to a teacher? Yes. You want to know what I used to do in high school? Actually, this is like really terrible. Do not take this advice. Do not take this advice, okay? I used to, so we like had our grades like online. And so like my dad or my mom could log in and see like my grades whenever they wanted. And they could see like if I didn't put in a homework assignment, like they could see anything. And so my dad, when it came to like science, like chemistry, for example, I was not great at it. Chemistry was not for me. And so I was just trying to get by, and I would slack off on the homework. I wouldn't really do the homework. And I had one of my teachers was a football coach who also taught chemistry. And like, I think he would rather have just been a football coach. Like he didn't really want to be there. I didn't really want to be there. And like my dad would be like, why does this say 0 for your chemistry homework? And I'd be like, that's so weird. I did it. So I don't know why he marked it as 0. And then I would go in to his classroom and I would say, hey, online it said 0, but I did it. And he would be like, oh, really? Sorry. And then he would just give me all the points. And I did that multiple times and he never caught on. And I'm so sorry that I did that, and no one should do that. And if he's still a teacher, that's not his fault. that's on me, okay? Don't fault him for that. But those are the lies I used to tell. So, yes, I did lie to a teacher. And I wouldn't recommend it, and I wouldn't do it now. Maybe I would. I passed, so.
Have you ever gotten into a physical fight or have witnessed one?
I have never gotten into a physical fight. I feel like that's like not surprising at all, but like, no, I have never been in a physical fight. I have witnessed many fights, actually. I grew up going to USC football games. I've talked about that on here. And like it used to get pretty rowdy back in the day. And so like I used to see like fans get into fights. Like I have like vivid memories of that as a child, of like walking by, my parents being like, keep going. But I was like, what are those guys doing over there? So yes, I've seen many physical fights, I feel. One time I was in a Jerry's Deli. I don't know if you guys know what that is. And we were just sitting there like after going out one night. And I was probably like 19. Like, I don't even know where we went out. Like I remember like being with my friends and we were in Jerry's Deli and a huge brawl broke out at like 1 a.m. And that was crazy. So yeah, but like I've never been in the squad that's fighting. Like I've never gone out and like someone's like, oh shit, she's fighting. And like I have to like back up my friend. Like, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably be like, can we leave? What are we doing? Why are we fighting? So yeah.
Have you ever known that a friend of yours was getting cheated on and had to tell them? Or has one of your friends ever had to tell you?
I have none of my friends have ever had to tell me. I did have to tell someone one time. I was in high school and I was friends with both of them, and one of them was like, oh my God, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I've been hooking up with this guy. And I was like, you mean that person's boyfriend? And she was like, yeah. And she like really nonchalantly told me, and I was like, that's really terrible. Like, I didn't know what to do. I went home and I told my parents, and they were like, you have to tell this other girl. And I was like, I know. Like, I knew I had to tell her because I was like, I would want someone to tell me. And I couldn't look at her. Like, we were in the same friend, like I wouldn't be able to look at her. So I called her and I told her. And I told her, and then the other girl texted me and was like, you're dead to me. And I was like, sorry, you shouldn't be hooking up with this girl's boyfriend. Like, I actually don't. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I still am happy that I told her. Like, no regrets. I feel like you have to. Like, I was supposed to like go to prom with them. You know, like I couldn't like look at that. It would be like, it's not fair. It's not fair. I had to. And I'd do it again. Always. I'm down to expose anyone. If you're doing something wrong, the police is coming for you, me being the police. And I'll tell on you. Okay. Well, there we have it. I really spilled some of my own tea. Like, not really. I didn't really say anything that crazy, but I'm going to be thinking about that. That's going to keep me up at night. And that's okay. Thank you guys again for calling. Love to hear from you. Keep calling and keep circling, obviously. And I love you all so much. And thanks for listening. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Circle time. Let's have some fun. I said circle time. Just you and I. Time.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.